is your girl, Maddie from Top Rope Squishy, here with my main dude on Twitter.
Finally.
Finally, Mr. BMack. I finally have you on this show. You and I talk a lot on Twitter about tea, juice, wrestling, and all that good stuff. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine, and I'm so thankful to be here finally because I've been wanting to bless yourself for a while.
Bless me. Yes, I feel very blessed having you on here. You have a lot of information. You're very informative. People, before we get started, please follow my dude, BMack, on Twitter at Milano_Mabu. And please follow the Midwest Marks podcast.
Please.
Yes, on Twitter, which the Milano here, Mr. BMack, is a member of. That's right.
And it's a great podcast with like such great content that you guys will enjoy. So please check us out. It's the Midwest Marks podcast on Spotify.
Yes, thank you. And hello to Joseph, No Neck Bone Tone. Anna, thank you for dropping in. We are here to discuss Fyter Fest Part 1. And if y'all tuned in yesterday, y'all know that shit went down. It was a great show.
God.
Did it? How'd you like it?
Listen, I had no complaints. None.
See, people, it was an amazing show. What makes me happy? Hi, Reggie in the house. Hey, Jesus. Joshua, thank you guys for coming on by. Listen, if this is what we got for Fyter Fest 1, I can't wait to see.
I think night 2 is probably going to outdo night 1 if that's possible. Because night 1, they set a bar last night. That was real high.
Yeah, so let's start with your favorite match of the night. Let's start with that one. What was your favorite?
The main event.
The main event.
Match. Yes, that casket match between Ethan and Darby, they put on both of them.
Hey, Preston. Yes, they did. So, as you can see, I absolutely predicted this one wrong. I thought Ethan Page was going to win. I was like, what the fuck's going on? Why is Ethan in the box? I'm sitting here the whole time.
I just knew that they was going to put a swerve.
It was a great match. It had us.
And both of them stepped up, and both of them got to show what they're capable of. And that was the best part about it, is that they both left nothing unturned.
Nothing. And it was great because, like I said, the whole time I felt like Ethan Page was going to win. So they definitely were doing something to keep you guessing.
The storytelling in that match was crazy. I was like, they need to run that back at some point.
Yes. Did you have Darby winning?
Actually, no. Because he was the underdog. Well, he was considered the underdog for a little minute. So I thought that they was going to give it to Ethan. But when they went with Darby, I said, you know what? He's one of the top guys. Like, how can I be mad?
Yeah, I mean, and I felt like because they were building Ethan up, he was getting all these promos and all these talking opportunities. I was like, it has to be him because Darby lost the TNT belt.
He did it in front of a massive crowd. That was even better because they both got to have that moment that they wouldn't have had the pandemic not stopped a little.
Yes, absolutely. So, even though Ethan Page lost and Darby won, I was not upset with that at all. I like Darby. I do.
When you get matches like that where both get off, you can't be mad.
No. And you heard the crowd when Darby came out. And No Neck Bone Tone is correct. You cannot let Darby lose the first Coffin match. It's true. He's right. But I was like, yeah, Darby's going to get his fucking coffin. Like, that's what.
Listen, what got me was when Scorpio Sky popped up off the coffin note.
Yeah, because I was telling my husband.
I didn't expect that.
Where is him? Where is he? Like, I was surprised he didn't come out with Ethan. So, yes,
not expecting that. Was a real good swerve right there, him popping up out the coffin.
Yeah, and it gave Sting an opportunity to have something to do to come out for the crowds. So, they always try to give everybody a little piece of Sting, even if he's not wrestling. So, moving on to where I think, my favorite match of the night was because there's so much happening here.
Mm-hmm.
It was the FTW Belt Match. Holy crap!
Listen, that's my second favorite.
What do you think about what happened on that?
I'm shocked.
Really?
I was not expecting Ricky to win. No, I did not expect Ricky to win.
You see my comment on there? It says, I had Ricky Starks winning. So
I expected them to let Ricky, well, I expected them to protect Ricky, but him not win. But the fact that they let him win, then again, when I thought about it, he is from Texas.
Yes. Well, he's from Louisiana, I thought.
But he's from NOLA, but he's staying in Texas now, right?
Gotcha. Yeah, I think you're right. Don't quote us on that, people. We will fact check that for you. Back to that, but you know, I thought that Ricky was gonna win because it has been like the writing on the wall that Brian Cage is making an exodus from Team Taz. With all the in-house fighting, and I don't know if you know, but like, or feel this way, but Cage kind of comes off to me as a heel and as a face.
He does.
Right.
And
so,
I didn't feel that way until he took the title from Ricky, one of his last two matches prior to this match, when he said, no, I'm not going that route. That's when I was like, wait, are they about to pull a swerve and turn him face?
Yes, and they did.
And then last night on Twitter, he was like, now that I'm not Team Taz anymore, I'm gunning after all y'all.
Ooh, yes. So I missed that tweet. However, I was, like, we were going back and forth, my husband and I. We were like, maybe this will happen. Maybe this will happen. I'm like, but the end of this match is that Brian Cage is leaving Team Taz. So now that happened, and and now that he wants revenge, I see him versus Hobbs.
Oh my, please give it to me. Give me what I want.
That's what I want to see.
Versus Cage.
Big, beefy men slapping. We bring it back. Courtney's in the house. Hey, Courtney.
It's been time for Hobbs to have a breakout moment.
Yes. He was so up on a high when he first started in AEW,
and I was
wasn't he?
Upset when they didn't get to give him versus Lance Archer. That would have put him over. But I think that week Lance had got some type of illness and he wasn't able to do it. But I hope that he can get this moment with Cage. Like, give him that moment.
And I think, now also that I believe, I guess we'll jump right into the next one, that Lance Archer is going to be taking this belt from Jon Moxley next week.
I think he's going to beat Moxley. I do.
Yes.
I smell a swerve next week, him upsetting Moxley in Texas again.
Hell yes. Especially since Moxley has held that belt for 500 plus days and he took it from Lance Archer. It is just bittersweet.
And plus, it's only right that Lance have a big win since he's been in AEW. It's time.
Yes, absolutely.
Because he's lost enough in big matches. Like, it's time for them to break that big match win lose streak from Lance. Yeah,
absolutely. Like when he first came out and him and Cody when the TNT belt thing, and I really thought that he was going to get it, Lance Archer, because the way they brought him out, the Murder Hawk destroying everybody, nobody was able to walk in. Yeah, monster.
Right.
And he didn't get the belt, and I was confused. I was like,
right, because it's like, how did you pass up that opportunity with somebody that massive in size and athleticism? Like,
yes, and to bring them on such a high note, it just felt like they dropped the ball there. But they get picking it back up. They picking up the ball back up. Like, now we gonna do it like this. Courtney says that she thinks Murder Hawk will be the one to dethrone Miro.
You know what? I don't see him being the one to dethrone Miro. I don't.
I think Sammy might have a chance. I think who was this other person that I named? It left my mind, but I had a few people that I thought could possibly take it from Miro. And it has to be
I'm gonna go with a dark horse. I'm gonna go with Malachi Black.
Malachi Black. That's
Let
not
him
bad.
loose. Let
That's
him
not
loose.
bad. Hi, Bobby. There's Bobby's in the house. Yes, let him loose. Let Malachi Black loose. By the way,
Yes.
I can't
And this is
spell his
with
name.
him versus Cody. I get they
That's
doing him versus Cody first, but they need to let him run right through Cody.
yeah, they do because Cody
Let
usually
him
is
be
the
the
one.
monster that he's gonna be.
Yeah,
But make an
Cody's
example out of Cody to send a
yeah.
message.
But Cody's usually the one who wins, all those matches. Like he breaks
Oh my God, you
in all
cannot
the
afford
new
to do that.
talent. No, they can't do that with him. They
No,
can't.
because that's the special type of talent. You can't go that route with him. You
No,
cannot.
you gotta bring him in like you brought in Jade on top,
Yes.
like
What?
keep him here, keep him there. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of Jade, I
tell
like how
me.
they're building her up as a superstar. They're focusing on her brand outside of wrestling while still keeping her focus in the ring.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna go as far as to say she's gonna be the next crossover female in female wrestling.
Yeah. I see her having gold in a year or two for sure.
You know what? Because I've
needs a
been
belt.
talking to somebody else about this. I would put Jade in the NWA Women's Championship hunt.
Really? You think she's ready for that?
Till she's ready to keep her from Brit as possible, because that's a money match on pay-per-view when they build that up.
There's a couple of women that are going to be on that, pretty high level names, and
put her in the NWA Women's Championship hunt, have her win that.
That's going to be so exciting.
Brit as possible.
If you guys don't watch NWA, research NWA, look it up. Thunder is currently signed to NWA. Thunder. Let's talk about that.
Have you saw the teasing that her husband been doing the last few days?
Yeah. Okay, so I said, I think it was in the last year.
And keep in mind her deal's up in November with NWA, by the way.
Yes. So I said she's going to join AEW when her deal is up, and she's going to challenge Britt. They're going to restart that feud, and she's going to challenge Britt for that belt. We lost BMack. When he comes back in, I'll bring him back in. But like I was saying, I believe that Thunder is going to be signed to AEW, and I believe that she is going to take over. You're back. We lost you for a minute. So yeah, I think that Thunder, once she signs to AEW, she's going to start her feud with Britt again. And in Revolution 2022,
she's going to dethrone Britt. I think she's going to be the one to dethrone Britt.
Yes. And how amazing would that be that the two women that brought us the best women's match to date, I believe, in AEW, the Lights Out match.
Best female match I've saw in a while on American soil.
It was even good
on television, prime time. That.
Yes. And I don't think just as a female match, like let's just say as an AEW match, period. Yeah. It is up there with
one of the best matches they put on in their 2-year history.
Yes. Like I talk about this every week. So people are probably like, here she go again, talking about the parking lot brawl. Yeah, I'm talking about the parking lot brawl. That is one of my favorite matches, and I have the Lights Out match between Thunder and Baker up there with it.
Oh yeah, that was a classic. Yeah,
it was so. Oh my god! And
the storytelling in that match
wasn't it the way they went back and forth and the promos that they dropped on each other? It was just a beautiful thing to see. Thunder's like my favorite wrestler. Her and Chris Statlander, female wrestlers, and Proud and Powerful are.
She wrestled like a veteran of 20 years versus 6 years.
Yes, 6 years.
I'm like, what? Where? Because I don't see.
Yes. When people hear that, they don't believe it.
I put her in the league with Serena Deeb when I think of veteran.
How do you feel about Deeb going heel?
I love it. Because they need more heel. Yes, now, the thing with Serena, she needs to work on her promo game, and she's
set. Because because when she goes into the ring, when she I think it was the first time she went heel was when she went up against Riho in the buy-in.
Oh my, classic. There was another one.
I was like, wait, why is Deep acting like that? Could it be? Yeah. I was so happy. I'm a heel lover.
Give me Chris Statlander versus Serena Deeb.
Ooh-wee.
Guess I'm going there. Give me Chris Statlander versus Serena.
Yes, I like that. You know, Chris Statlander made a comment that that she has a whole arsenal of moves that she can't let out.
Well, she did one of them the week before last, the Area 51 or 451.
But she did it on the blade. And the
Let
reason
me
why
tell you how clean it was. That was the cleanest I've seen.
She spoke about how in her whole life pulling 450s, she's only messed up twice, and she's done them thousands of times.
Last week, that thing was
hell no, that thing was beautiful. And I, you know, being one of my favorite top wrestlers, you know, I was fanning out like, oh my god, she's amazing.
She's definitely going to be a top contender by the end of the year.
I agree. And you know what? The
Her
thing
and
is
Diamante, because Diamante, she's working her way up in the division too.
Yes, and Bobby in the chat says he would love to see Big Swole versus Diamante. I would too. They're both strikers.
I would like to see Diamante versus Big Swole.
Yes, I want Chris Statlander to go up against Jade at some point because I feel like,
oh my God, listen,
because I feel Jade can take her bumps. This is why Chris Statlander can't let out her arsenal, because some of the female wrestlers don't want to take the bumps.
Jade versus Chris Statlander, if built correctly, has potential to be a popcorn match in 2022 when Jade gets more experience.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be an amazing match. It's going to happen because, you know, I'm going to start putting it out there. I'm going to start tweeting to Tony Khan.
Versus Jade in 2022 when she gets more experience.
Woo! Jade going to toss her around.
But have Jade go over and get the rub.
Yeah. If Jade were to beat Thunder Rosa, that would put her so over. And it's the over she needs. It's the over she needs.
Crowd capacity too.
Well, we just named the next belt. So it's gonna be Britt Baker to Thunder and Thunder to Jade. Boom.
Yeah. I got the feeling that they're slow brewing Jade beating Britt for the title in 2022.
You think so? I don't think they're gonna have a heel take it from a heel.
Britt made a shot during her promo last night when she said that she's that is. And what has Jade been calling herself since AEW? She's that bitch, right? Excuse me.
No, you can curse here.
They're gonna run that back. They're gonna run that back. Because you know they love Lone Storm Service talent. They're gonna run that back. Watch.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that Jade's gonna have her run in with Britt at some point. But it's not going to end with her getting the belt right away. I still do believe that Thunder's going to get it.
Need to.
Yeah, I still think Thunder's going to get it. And then Jade could get it from her. At that point, Jade should have enough time and experience under her belt where it will be believable for her to take the
crowd. She's going to get nuclear heat.
Absolutely. And people just love Jade.
With her manager, Mark, what? Perfect pairing for them.
I think so. I think that they, you know, I like Vicky with Nyla. Andrade works well with Vicky, but I didn't think Jade would fit with Vicky because Jade, her character, she has to be the powerful character.
She's capable of cutting promos now that she's more comfortable, but she needs somebody who she can punk around and tell what to do.
Exactly. She wasn't going to do that to Vicky.
No,
because Vicky done slapped Nyla, so that's not happening with Jade. There ain't nobody slapping Jade, but Jade's doing the slapping. Shoot, a women's match that happened yesterday. The magical girl came back. I love Yuka. I had her losing, but
I missed Yuka. I missed her. I'm
glad
she
you feel about this match.
Oh, it was great. They did what I thought they was going to do. They showed that Joshi Wrestling could be a market if they market it correctly in AEW.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it showed me that Penelope has potential with the right opponent.
Yes. And
See,
that is
she's
it.
like Joe Janela. They both need the right opponent for them to excel in the ring. Because they're not ring
Exactly.
generals, so you just can't put them with anybody. It has to be the right opponent to bring the best out of them.
Exactly. And you need somebody that has the talent. That's why anybody that steps in the ring with Sheeta, anybody that steps in the ring with Thunder, anybody that steps in the ring with Britt ends up looking good.
No. I got to take Britt out of that. Put her in place
Really?
of Serena.
Okay. I think Britt makes people look good too, though. But Serena
She
should
does.
be on that list for sure. Serena should be
Oh,
on that list.
and also Enrico. That's 4.
Who?
Enrico.
Oh, Riho. Yeah. Well, Riho. So Riho is like this one wrestler that I can't really love her and I can't really hate her. And it's because she has the charisma and the wrestling skills, but she is so
She is
that
little.
it's so hard for me to believe any little move she does. It's almost like
But
a Marco stunt.
the fact that the girl can go.
No, she can go.
For her to
She
be
can
so
go.
little.
And she could take it. That's one thing I'll give it to Riho. That's a tough little woman.
Yeah, she could take some punishment. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
Okay, she wrestled Nyla, and Nyla.
Listen, that second match with her and Nyla, that's what put Nyla over.
Yeah. So Riho.
She made Nyla look like $1 million that night.
Yeah, she did. And people love Riho. And, like I said, it's just that with Riho, it's just hard sometimes for me to have that believability with her.
She is so little.
She's little. Like Marco Stunt. Like when Marco Stunt comes out, he has all the moves.
But he's so little, so it's like, my boy, about to go sit down.
Like, did you just hit me or was that a fly? Like, that's how I be like he hits people and bounces off of them. If you've seen Riho, she's bounced off of people that she's Oh, but you know what? She is entertaining and the crowd loves her. So
yes, and she is a big draw too in the division. So that's
a big draw. And I'm wondering if they're gonna bring her out, for Fyter Fest Part 2 or for Fight for the Fallen, or one of these. Is she gonna have like
that's the question.
Put her against Yuka.
Oh my God,
a Yoshi match.
Joshi. Yeah.
You know what? Can you imagine how amazing that would be?
And
By the way, I love Venny, just so you know. Where's Venny?
Yeah.
Bring Venny back, please.
They need to bring her back now that the things clearing up. They need to bring her back, and the crowds will eat her up.
And
she's
Emmy.
very athletic.
Bring me Emmy. Bring me Venny.
Yes.
Bring them to me because we can use those ladies.
And the other one too. What's her name?
Oh, Maki Ito. Is it Maki Ito?
Yes, Maki Ito. Yeah.
Everybody loves Maki Ito.
Yeah.
She calls men stands. What is that?
Yeah, I'm like, girl, I ain't sleeping over you. Girl, sit down.
People love them. People love her. So then there was a match that I wasn't like really all excited about. However, it turned out to be pretty freaking good, which was Matt Hardy versus Christian Cage. What do you think about that? I wasn't excited about that
either, but when I saw the road to, that's what convinced me. And the fact that they are both of a certain age, they're veterans, they was able to put on a great match towards the end.
Yes. Now, Christian Cage came back like he was on vacation after that 7-year break.
What?
And it did him great. Taking a 7-year break did him great. No,
he ain't missing not a beat.
And those 7 years where the people that, like Matt Hardy's continuously wrestling, breaking his body, Christian Cage took a 7-year break on his body and gave his body time to heal and came back better than ever.
He's looking better than he did before he left. And that's crazy to me. Like, how?
Okay, that is amazing.
Listen, give me your doctor so I can go heal up. Because
so somebody in our chat is a big fan of Danny Limelight, which is Courtney.
Oh,
and I know that Danny yes, Danny was not signed to AEW, even though I wanted him signed. I know Courtney was
but you know what the good thing about that is? Tony left the door open for him to come back at any time.
Yes,
And that's
and
the
he
best
can.
part about that deal, is that the door wasn't closed forever. So
No, the door wasn't closed forever. He went to MLW. So, and they built the new lax there. I forgot who his partner is, but I think it's his tag partner that he's done. I
you
can't
know
remember
what?
the guy's
I
name.
was I wanted them to do that in AEW though, with
You wanted lax
Diamante.
back?
Yes, with Proud and Powerful, Diamante, and Evilise before she got herself, she lost her arm back, but we saw how that turned out. But I wanted that in AEW, but it's good for him that he could do it elsewhere because he's getting to be somewhere where he can shine. So that's the best part about it.
Yeah. I think that he will be seen in AEW probably, here and there because they're so good with cross promotions. Like, I love that whole forbidden open door thing. I just love it because you just
you
get
could come
somebody.
at any time and you never know who's coming, or any given time you don't know when.
Yes, you don't know
It's
when.
like you don't know who's going to show up in any given week, and that's the best part about it.
It is, and
that's what's been missing from wrestling from the last 20 years, the unpredictability.
Yes, and you never know, especially on Elevation and Dark and stuff, where they give the indie wrestlers opportunities to shine.
And Rampage, oh my God, I cannot wait for Rampage because who's going to show up on Rampage?
Exactly. If y'all don't know, Rampage is debuting August 13 on a Friday at 10 p.m. It's a 1-hour show. So you guys don't have to feel like
last night was ridiculous.
Yes, the promos have been great. I think the promos are just going to get better. They're just going to get better and better and better, and they're just going to keep getting us like excited for it. I'm excited for it because I'm like,
I read the description for the show earlier. That show is going to be basically a high rate, work rate, wrestling heavy show based off the press release that they dropped yesterday. I'm like,
yes,
perfect.
Okay. So Joseph in the chat wants to know, what do you think of the Varsity Blondes?
I love the Varsity Blondes and Julia Hart with them. Perfect combination.
So I am not a fan of the Varsity Blondes. But here's why. I cannot connect with their gimmick. The cheerleader varsity gimmick.
You know why Tony did that though? He did that to draw in that younger demographic of the teens. With Julia, the cheerleader.
The cheerleaders, yes.
Like what young girl doesn't want to look up to see that on TV and be like, oh my God, mommy, like I want to be like her. I'm like,
So Preston Waters, this is Marcus. Hi, Marcus. You know Marcus Gray. He is from The Bird and the Villain, y'all. And make sure you go and subscribe.
Get on for a while too, so I can bless they set. Cause listen,
maybe we'll get you on one day when I have them on, and I'll have you on too.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, it'll be a podcast party, as I like to call it. But he's saying, I know you're not, Maddie. I'm not fond of the Varsity Blondes. This has come up on quite a few of my shows. I'm just, when I say I'm not fond, it doesn't mean that I dislike them. It's just, you have 30 tag teams and they're not on my top 10.
They do have a deep division of tag teams. I'm like, oh my God.
That's what they're known for.
Bear Country. I love Bear Country though. I love Bear Country, yeah.
Bear Country's so good.
Oh
Bear Country's so good. The Acclaimed grew on me. Like when the Acclaim first came out, I was like, what is this? What is Max Caster talking about? But then it was like the Acclaim coming out. I can't wait to hear what they got to say. I'll just be like,
so disrespectful. You don't know what's going to come next. Like,
you don't know what's coming out of their mouth. It's great though. And then when Anthony Bowens was like, the Acclaim had arrived. You saw the one where Moxley didn't let him finish when they were going up against John Moxley and Eddie Kingston. He just knocked the mic out. Moxley was not having it.
Yeah, Moxley's over it. Like, shut up.
Moxley's there to fight. Moxley does not want, Moxley talks when he does his promo, because let's be real, Moxley and Eddie Kingston drop some of the best promos, and together their promos are like, it's like water and fire together. Just works.
AEW gets on my nerves because they have some of the best promo talkers in the game, and it's not just one or two, it's a whole lineup of them.
It's a whole, yes.
It's crazy how you got that many dope promos in one company who can talk.
Yes, Ricky Starks.
We haven't seen
MJ.
that since God knows when.
Yes, and they're great promos. MJF, because you got Chris Jericho, you got a Ricky Starks, Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Diamante can drop promos. It goes
Mm-hmm.
on and on. We have like hidden gems. You know, we
And then
didn't
they
know
got
that.
the legend.
Yeah,
Tully Blanchard, Jake the Snake. What?
yes. And did we know that Wardlow could talk? Wardlow can talk. Jake Hager
Okay.
can drop promos. Santana and Ortiz always dropping fire promos. The promo they dropped yesterday when they got Tully. Did you?
Child, they
Man,
got his ass together.
they got him good. They were
All the
like
way
the
together.
next time.
Like,
Yes. I'm just loving it. I'm loving the Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle, which I know they went face. I know the Inner Circle went face, but they are still my favorite faction.
yeah, I love the Pinnacle.
I love the Inner Circle. You love the Pinnacle. You keep your Pinnacle. I'm gonna keep Inner Circle over here.
But you know what though? I'm gonna be honest.
What?
The Inner Circle. At what point do you break them up?
At what point do you break them up? I think that they get broken up once Chris Jericho can't wrestle or doesn't want to wrestle the way that he's wrestling.
Never mind. Let me not spill that.
You was about to spill some tea?
Well, put it like this. Chris Jericho is going to be an official commentator on Rampage.
I'm not surprised. Here you go. Courtney loves the Pinnacle. So, you know, I think that's why they're working so hard to build Sammy up. I think that's why they're giving Jake Hager his promos, because you never heard Jake Hager speak before. And I think that's why Santana and Ortiz are getting, you know, their proud and powerful attitude back, because I feel like Inner Circle maybe is getting ready to go their separate ways and give Sammy his solo run.
We could be looking at the final days of Chris Jericho any day now, pretty much. And that's okay, because he gave us so many great years. He's a legend. He deserves to sit down. Like, he's done enough.
He's done enough. And if you know, and I know, and everybody in this room knows, that no matter how you feel about Chris Jericho, the man is fire and gold on the mic. It's just, there's just nothing you can say.
Can you imagine on Friday nights at 10 o'clock on Rampage, the talent he's going to get over?
If you feeling sleepy, you're going to wake the fuck up, because he is on fire. Yes, Suge. He got Suge change his whole Twitter name while he was wrestling to Pineapple Pete. Yes, because
Done gave you a whole persona during the pandemic and got your money up.
Yo, when it's anything he says is just gold out his mouth. The demo god.
Chris Jericho understands.
He does understand the business.
He understands how to get a young talent over and not make it about him.
Yeah, he's amazing. No Neck Bone Tone says, I even watched Jericho on BattleBots. He's amazing. BattleBots is a show with
Chris Jericho was meant to do promos. He's
period.
Yeah.
Period. Sammy had a match yesterday against Wheeler Yuta. I'm a fan of Yuta. His body reminds me of Angelico's body. They're long, they're slim.
I thought he was from New Japan when I first heard his name.
Me too.
Because he looked like he's a New Japan talent. I'm like, wait, did they snatch him from New Japan? Like, what's going on? But when I found out that he was trained by Orange Cassidy, I was like, oh.
Surprise!
I didn't expect that. I did not expect that.
Yes. And I'm not surprised this match got added in. I didn't know about this match until like early yesterday. But I'm not surprised, because Sammy is from Texas.
Yes.
So you have to give. Yeah, he's a huge draw.
Yeah, he's a draw.
Sammy is a huge draw. Joseph says the crowd loves Sammy. Yes. The crowd does love Sammy. I didn't think they were going to let Sammy lose, obviously, in Texas. No way.
But the fact that they gave a new talent that nobody recognized that moment in front of a massive crowd.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? The people actually were cheering for him. So some people do know who he is.
See, and this is why AEW hit that 1 million viewers today.
Yes.
Because they had that massive crowd, their strong point of their whole brand back.
Yeah, exactly. And it worked. It works. With the crowds, they got the final piece
You can
of
have a
the
show
recipe.
without a crowd, but it's just not the same with a massive crowd. It's just not.
It's not. And they did really,
Because you can feel
really
the energy.
well.
Yeah, like you can feel the energy when the crowd is involved because it makes the matches that much more special.
Hell yeah, it does. And, you know, I think you have to commend AEW because what they did during the pandemic worked better than what any other company did. And this is not to step on any company's toes.
Listen, first of all, let's talk about it. They have done so much more for indie wrestling than any company has done in the last 20 years.
Yes.
They kept more indie talent eating than any brand would have. Because if this was elsewhere, you would not have so as many indie talents on the other brand. I ain't gonna say their name on your show, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. I have no problem with WWE. I grew up watching them.
Is what I'm saying.
No, you have not seen that. AEW being a brand new promotion, they're doing things the way they want to. Yes, they're doing things that WWE has done. Yes, they're doing things that WCW has done. Of course they're going to, because they learned from there. You know, these are the people that set, you know, the foundation. Obviously, any wrestling company that comes after WWE, WCW, and all the companies that have been around. Yeah, it's an alternative. Exactly. And it's a great show.
Breaking the rules, but making their own.
Exactly. And, you know, and I can tell.
Get a bag while snatching bags.
Yes. Listen, I tell people every time, I don't hate WWE. I just don't watch it. I just don't watch it. Like, I grew up on WWE. Listen, I used to watch it up until 10 years ago, and then I just stopped.
I'm going to close my eyes out, then watch a Monday Night Raw episode of 3 hours. No, I cannot.
Yeah, I was told to check out SmackDown and Next, and I have watched a couple of episodes of Next, and I've seen some SmackDown. But the problem is that when you're not watching something consistently, you don't have the story, and so you're a little lost.
When you don't have competent writers, it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch a brand who does not have a clear direction of what even they want to do. Because everybody goes through Vince. So when he's tearing up scripts 10 minutes before airtime, that's a problem. So of course it's going to be a mess.
Yeah. Well, they're going to get their shit together eventually. Now that the live crowds are back and they see the competition is up there, and that's good. You know, competition is good for the fans because we get better wrestling when they are competing. They want to do better. Yes, we do. Imagine if two companies want to catch your attention, they want to grab your attention, they want you to go with them instead of the others. They're going to try to give you the best show week after week.
Look at who you're talking about. Look at who has final say over everything.
Are you talking about WWE?
I'm talking about Vince. You have somebody who's living in the past to the point where he doesn't know what's working now. That's the problem. You're relying on legends who can't go no more to get ratings, and that ain't doing much because when those legends are no longer here one day, who you gonna rely on? Because you're not building up new legends.
So what do you think they need to do to improve?
Trust that young talent that they have to get them over and stop relying on legends of 30 years ago.
He will. I think eventually Vince is going to loosen up the reins. You know, I think it's hard for him, somebody that's been in control for so long, your company for so long, to just give it, you know, like loosen it up. I guess it's hard. And I'm not defending him in any way, shape, or form, but I'm just saying, like, putting myself in his shoes somewhat. If I was in control of a company that's been so freaking successful, I'm going to believe.
But you also got to keep in mind that Stephanie said herself that there is no legitimate next in line if something were to happen to him. There's nobody who can take over because it's not in writing who's going to take over.
Right. Well, they're going to have to get it together, people. And while they're doing that, we're going to be watching AEW. And let's move it on to this right here.
Right. Move right along.
Moving it right along to this right here. Hangman Adam Page. BMack style. Hangman Adam Page came out to speak, and he didn't come alone.
Yes.
He brought the Dark Order.
Didn't he? And if I'm not mistaken, he dropped a hint that he's maybe going to be the next leader when he said that the Dark Order, don't back down.
Did you catch that too? When he said we the dark, yes. When he said we, I said, hold on. Is that a sign for the future? Like,
I was
finally?
like, wait a minute. I was like, wait, is he finally like embracing what he was meant to do ever since Brody unfortunately passed?
Yes, I feel like
because that's the first time that he's even acknowledged them in that way.
Thank you.
Like
I mean,
I'm like, wait.
If you watch BTE people, you get to see some of the interactions. Or Sammy's vlog. However, on the actual Dynamite, they haven't really had that. You know, you see Dark Order coming out for Hangman Adam Page, but he's never acknowledged that he was part of that crew until last night.
Right.
And it is going to be the Elite.
Listen, let me tell you, the story between him and Kenny last night was immaculate.
Yes.
It was fire. Listen, this is why I say Tony Khan is a throwback of the 80s NWA era because he knows storytelling long form works in any generation with a crowd. Done right, that is.
And
last night, the storytelling was pre-pandemic AEW.
Listen, I believe that Hangman Page is going to take that belt.
He is.
From Omega, probably. And I mean, people are saying, it's too soon, but Omega got 3 other belts.
I don't think it's going to be all out, though, because he is the collector.
So you think Revolution? You think Revolution 2022?
Here's my thing. Now that they have the New Japan relationship involved, he cannot get away without blessing New Japan at some point for a title match. You just don't do it. Because if you're the collector, you're going all over. Not just the US. You're going to Japan to fight Ibushi and Tanahashi. And once you beat one of them for the title, then okay.
I see what you're saying. So, but that would give him then...
Because this is what a real belt collector storyline would be. You going outside of the States.
All Out is the last pay-per-view for AEW of the year, no?
Is it? No, I want to say Full Gear in November.
Oh yes, okay, there. Then, because I see him dethroning him this year.
Pull the trigger in Full Gear.
Yes, Full Gear. I see him dropping it this year.
Yes.
So maybe All Out is too soon. See, I was thinking that I kept forgetting about Full Gear. I knew that was. I knew there was one more. So I was like Revolution, Double or Nothing, All Out. Where's the other one? So Full Gear in November.
We're gonna have Saturday Night Wrestling specials too.
Yes.
So imagine if one of the New Japan talents pop up on one of them Supercard specials. Jay White, Okada.
Ooh, it could be fire. It could be fire. Yeah, I see what you're saying, and I agree. Let him give everybody that chance because not a lot of people have challenged him for that belt yet. He hasn't really defending it.
Perfect time.
Exactly.
And then that way he can rest his body and heal.
There you go. So we calling it for Full Gear. Cowboy shit for Full Gear. Let it be wherever Hangman Page is from. I don't know where he's from. I have no idea, but wherever he's from.
Let him have his moment in Full Gear, and that way that could be the perfect send-off for Kenny to go take a long sabbatical to rest and come back strong in 2022.
Yes, I agree. And you know, it gives Omega some time to relax.
Right. It gives him some time to recover and come back and figure out what he's gonna do to reclaim what he done felt he lost.
That's right. And maybe he won't be a heel, even though I like Omega as a heel, but
I love Omega as a heel because he's funny as a heel promo.
He's hilarious as a heel.
Yes.
And so are the Young Bucks, who I wasn't feeling their characters at all. Although in the ring, I've always said that the Young Bucks are amazing.
Promos have been hilarious.
You see the bios that they put on Twitter? Come on. Some people get so mad, but I be so for it. I'm like, what are they right now? Oh, it's hilarious.
But that's what you want in the heel. You want to be disrespectful to the point where you just want to just beat them up. Like,
Yes, I agree. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're doing their job right. They're treating
Fact.
Brandon Cutler like a piece of crap, like they're
Okay.
supposed to. Okay. And then Omega treats Nakazawa like a crap, like crap. So
Oh,
they,
he's out
they
before. What?
really doing. Yes, Josh Simpkins says new bio. That's exactly
Okay.
what they
And I'll
do
be
when
done
they
with it.
try. I love it too. I love it. I'd be all for it.
Like,
If
give
y'all
it to
don't
me.
got
Like, give me.
Twitter, yeah. Give it to you, right? If y'all don't got Twitter, y'all need to sign up to Twitter and check out the Young Bucks, okay?
Fact.
And while you at it, why don't you guys go and follow me and BMack on Twitter?
Yeah.
Follow BMack
Yes.
on Twitter
Yes.
at Milano_mob and check out the Midwest Marks podcast, which
Which I'm an official
BMack.
member of.
Yes, he is a
Yes.
panel member and they do their shows on Spotify. And please
Yes.
follow the Marks podcast on Twitter at Marks_Midwest.
And I can also break some news on that podcast.
Yes.
I was, I'm speaking to the of the podcast today, and he's in talks to potentially get us moved on to the Apple podcast with our podcast.
Ooh, so stay tuned, people. There might be a move. So that would be great. I listened to a few of the podcasts since BMack has been on it.
Great content.
And
Yeah,
it's all
great
the content.
Like, please check us out at the Midwest Marks podcast.
Yes, check them out. Please subscribe, follow them. Well, I don't think you can subscribe on Spotify, but please give them likes, give them
you can.
listens. You can. Okay, so you can.
Yes,
make sure you do.
Yes.
I run my show on YouTube, so I don't know too much about how the Spotify's work, but please support.
Listen, it has been a pleasure me coming here today. I've been wanting to come on your show for a while, girl. Do you understand?
I'm so happy you came on, and I ain't letting you leave before I ask you 2 questions.
Of course. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So here we go.
All right.
The first, and the questions are wrestling related. I just want your opinion.
Do it.
Fuego del Sol.
You know what?
What's your opinion on that?
And
yes, I am going to ask you that.
He's talented, but I don't think that they're going to sign him just yet. Give him a big match to prove himself, and then sign him.
Got it.
Give him somebody like a Kenny Omega on Dark, like they did Joe Janela.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But
he can wrestle,
but keep him in rotation on Dark Elevation. Absolutely.
People love him. The crowd love him. He is so over. It's not even funny. I have people that have been to the AEW shows where they're like, as soon as Fuego, people just start chanting Fuego out of nowhere. He's not even on the card, and people are just he is over. And I feel, that they have a few little men. They have Marco Stunt. They have Serpentico with Luther, who's also a really small dude. And, let's get us a Fuego. Now you got 3 small little guys.
Tell Courtney that I didn't mean to block her, and I didn't realize that she was blocked. But if she could send me, if you could send me her at name, then I will do that tonight.
Yes. Here we are, people. Miscommunication. It happens. Water under the bridge. And here's the next one. Kylie King, Baron Black.
Kylie King, sign her.
I agree with you. I agree. I think that Baron Black needs more.
Yes.
But Kylie King has
another horse that they can use in the women's division besides Jade and Nyla.
Yes, I agree. And Kylie King has definitely improved. If you guys have seen from day 1 to now, if you've been watching her on AEW,
a lot since she's been on Dark. Absolutely.
A lot.
And her match with Yuka was great.
Yes, her match with Yuka was great. And Kylie King, is another one that grew on me. I was not a huge fan of her at first, but I got to see her doing some things on Mission Pro Wrestling too, some things on the Indies, and then watching her on Dark. She's just been getting better and better and better and better and better. So I can't wait to see more of her. Kylie King,
potential.
Absolutely. And Courtney loves Kylie King. We love her too. Can't wait to see more of her.
Don't forget to send me her at so I can follow her tonight.
I will. I'll do it as soon as we get off here. We making new friends, people. Everyone, I am so happy that I had BMack on my show. This was so much fun. Finally, you will be seeing him again.
Yes, we got to
Yes.
do it again. Absolutely,
Yes,
we
I
got to
will
do it
be
again.
inviting you back. Absolutely. Stay tuned, people. If you don't already, please subscribe, like, drop me a comment below. Check out the merch. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Top Rope Squishy. And again, please follow my dude here, BMack.
Please.
Please check out the Midwest Marks podcast and follow
On
them on
Spotify.
Twitter as well and on
Yes.
Spotify. This is the link, but if you check the link in the description, you can find it there too. It has been great, people. I hope y'all all have yourselves a good night. BMack, want to say good night?
Girl, look, you already know how we get down. Listen. Okay.